The community is just a family of talented people in Aberdeen, to be quite honest.
Personally, I think the talent in Aberdeen is probably the highest that I've seen in Scotland.
Everyone wants the same dream, everyone's striving to the same thing, and it's kind of like if one person makes it, we all go. So it's just an exciting time to be here. Yeah, I've always gone for producing. I'm definitely not a performer, so I just love music, to be quite honest. I've always loved music. I just love the intricacies behind it. Like, I just love sound designing and creating something from scratch. Yeah, I just kind of, when I was like 18, 17, I just started making beats. Yeah, so it was weird how me and Chef actually like got to know each other. Like, we actually worked at a job for like a week together, and then we kind of heard through like word of mouth like who each other were. I hit him up for beats, he never replied. I met him outside Union Square once, he just came back from Glasgow. I was on my way to the studio, and then I was like, come to the studio. He was like, I'm a bit busy. I was like, mate, come to the studio. And then we actually made our first song there, and it was our first ever release, which was called Showtime. So it was just a mad organic experience.
Showtime, scene one, take one.
Showtime. Yeah, new memories, I don't need a throwback. 2-7 used to gin and a cognac. I swear Louis just sent me the beat.
I got into music from a young age. I played the violin when I was about 4 or 5 years old for about 9 years. And I think I always loved being on stage. I liked dancing, I liked acting, I liked performing. And I think the first time I got on stage and did music was when I really got the response that made me realize this is for me, this is definitely something I should pursue. I mean, I love the scene, and I feel like I've spent a lot of time with so many different artists and talking to so many different artists and producers. Standouts, obviously far and above, is Louis Seivwright, superstar producer, can make so many different genres, so many different styles, and always finds a way to make the artist feel like it's their song, even though it's all made by the same producer. The music community here is thriving, bubbling, growing, and I feel like, I feel like I just rep Aberdeen all the time.
Exactly just who Chef can be. Northeast, the other side, I see the Hebrides. I asked her if she wanna take a trip. I paid everything in cash.
Definitely the perception is that we're just a little town that no one knows about.
Yeah.
I think they just think it's grey. They think it's like a bit probably boring, nothing really happens here, small town. But I don't know, there's a whole lot more to it.
There's never been so much different artists and different diverse artists, so I think it's important to keep thriving, keep making music. So. No, there was never really studios here until I sort of grew up.
We just set up wherever we can. Luckily, we've got sound engineers and a team that are strong enough that it doesn't really matter where we are, we can just set up as long as we've got our equipment. People's garages, people's basements, bedrooms. My first studio was in a kitchen, that's why my name was Chef. So we're just anywhere and just everywhere. We don't really mind at all.
Yeah, Aberdeen definitely gets forgotten about. So people like Ransom Effie, he's really shown a good light on the scene. He's kind of the example to say like, yeah, you can make it out, you can do something creative, so yeah.
Hey, this year I will excel. Seaside city, so all I know is shell. Got a lot of love for the place that I dwell, trying to see new.
I remember when I had first started, it was just Ransom Effie, and me and him would like sit. He's a few years older than me, but we would sit down and he would help me with some tips and advice on like how to kind of carry myself and where to take my music and those types of things.
He was on like the Rap Game UK and stuff like that, and I think he kind of shone the light on us, and then kind of showed it was possible. People have got confident, like I say, because of people like Ransom Effie, now people like myself and Chef. It's like we've almost given people the confidence to say like, yeah, you can do it.
Aiitee, she's got, in my opinion, the best voice in Scotland. Ayshia as well, I've known her for so long. I've known Tru for both of them for over 10 years each. There are a lot of other younger artists like Josh, and they have just gone from height to height and strength to strength.
When I started, I literally just discovered them as well, like shortly after. So I kind of, I was like, oh, maybe I can do this.
Ooh, I feel like Aberdeen's really gonna like global domination. I'm not even capping, like world domination. I really believe so.
We were all still in the studio as a community, all working together and helping each other out.
When I first met Louis, it was after a session and he came in and he played the beat and it just clicked.
Well, Cloud9, I actually didn't know what Cloud9 was going to be until I had like 4 songs for it. I was kind of thinking I would do an EP with just Aberdeen artists and then made a bunch of beats. I probably made like 100 beats for it and then just dished them out to different artists. I would see certain talent and I knew that I wanted it to be kind of diverse. I wanted singers on it, I wanted female singers, I wanted rappers on it, I wanted melodic rappers. I just had a vision in my mind. The whole idea was just to make a collaborative project.
I first met Louis at the studio and I listened to some of his beats. We got a little part that just kind of brought a lot of it together. I loved the whole album. Everything was absolutely amazing, and when people were telling me that they really enjoyed it, it gave me a big confidence boost. I really, really enjoyed kind of working with Louis in the studio because it was a big step to have my kind of first collaboration with already kind of established artists. So it was really, really big for me and I really enjoyed it and I'm continuing to do more.
This is our Cloud9, speaking with our loud minds to get us through the tough times. The sun is better when we combine. Oh.
I think being young and having support is kind of the main thing I'm grateful for. It wouldn't be easy to have the confidence or the opportunities to work on that myself. I will always have my day one people for any help, for any situation. We all help each other.
I've heard so many like things about the industry, whatever, and I feel like having like a community of I feel like Aberdeen is so different to the rest of Scotland, so having like a community of people that you can like trust in a sense is so like helpful, especially in this like to maneuver through such a weird industry. I feel like it's so important.
That we all support each other, we all uplift each other, we all help each other with opportunities.
Feels like there's a home for music now in Aberdeen.
You know, a lot better if we can all help each other on the way.
So many people here have such strong hopes and high hopes for their lives that I kind of feel partly responsible for helping them reach it. This is where my heart is, and even if it's just a pat on the back or just a little help here or a word of advice there, I feel like those are the types of things which make a long-term difference in people's lives.
It gives younger people, especially people like Ayshia, she's demonstrating to the young crowd like you can really do something outside of the norm. And like I said, it is one big family right now. Everyone's kind of on the same page. It just gave people a platform and it just it was a good mark for Aberdeen as a city. It shows people like follow your dreams and do what you want. So I feel like it's really important.